Hi, it's Andy, and today I'm bringing you my June TBR. Yes, it is already time for June TBR. I know I say this every month, but time is absolutely flying. In the month of June, I don't know if there's any readathons on. I have been in such a bad way health-wise and stuff over the month of May that the reading last month has been terrible and my memory is absolutely horrendous. Someone could have told me to my face that they're running a readathon and I wouldn't remember. It has been that bad. So yeah, literally have no clue if anybody's doing a readathon, but I've decided since May has been so abysmal that I'm giving myself a break in June and I'm just reading what is calling to me. So I've pulled books that are just calling to me right now, that are the ones I want to pick up. I'm not giving myself like a really obligatory TBR, but yeah, I'm just going to try and read as much as I can, but these are the ones that are really like calling to me and have been calling to me for months, but they've just not been on TBRs. Some of them are actually just new books that I've just bought, and you know what, I'm just giving myself the grace to just pick up what I want to pick up, because I never do that. I'm always really strict with my TBRs and then like adding stuff on. So this month I'm just gonna do whatever I want because I've had a really crap month of it and I just need to chill out. So yeah, the only things I'm really gonna like make myself read are this book, and then I've got a couple of I've got one other thing that I actually need to read, and then that's really it. So let's put everybody out of their misery early, especially me, since I can try and get one of my other books into this. So who have we got left? We've got Bobby, Siobhan, Jem, Lisa, Meg, Kay and Shawnee. There's ones in here where there's some books I don't want to. I'm hoping for a Bobby or maybe Jem or Lisa or maybe Kay. Right, what are we? Who have we got? Lisa, yes! Okay, excellent. Sorry, I just threw that, which then made me laugh, which then sent me a coughing fit. So we have the lovely Lisa, Lisa Does Life. I will tag her down below, which means, just a second, my first obligatory read of the month of June is Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. So thank you, Lisa, for that. You're one of the people whose read I was actually hoping to get this month, because Tessa Bailey is always a really easy read for me. She is a romance reader whose books I have quite a lot of. You can't see, but there's a whole stack of Tessa Bailey's books there. So this is the first book in the Hot and Hammered series. It is a trilogy and it is like handyman based romances, like DIY based romances. I don't know. I don't care. It's Tessa Bailey. She's not by author. So, you know, that's all that matters. And of course, I always have a prompt with that as well. And Lisa's prompt is to read a book with dragons in it, which my books are falling down, which works perfectly into the TBR I wanted to create for myself, because I've just checked the synopsis for this and part of it says that they settle in this place called Tawny, a town that boasts more dragons than people. So I'm going to use the prompt to read Can't Spell Treason without T. And also look, there's a dragon on here and there's dragons on here. I feel like this is a safe bet. If not, I've been talking about rereading Fourth Wing, so I can just do that. But I feel like this is a safe bet to read this. This is a cozy fantasy it's a sapphic cozy fantasy about two people, a royal guard and a elemental mage, who run away from the castle and open up a tea shop. That's all I really need to know about it. I got this beautiful Warsons edition and Vicky is reading it currently and she's like, Andy, you need to read this. So it got bumped up my TBR very, very quickly. I've also checked with Vicky to see if there's dragons in this. She's not gone back to me yet, but I'll get her to confirm because she's read it. Next is my only other actual sort of compulsory read, and that is Fire Study by Maria V. Snyder. This, of course, is the third in the first study trilogy for the Chronicles of Ixia read-along that Tori and I are hosting. This will be our June book, and the live show will be at the start of July, the first week of July. The May book is Magic Study. I've still not even read it, and the live show will be in the first week of May for that. June for that, but this is the June book. Live show to be first week of July, and this is, like I say, the third book, so I'm not going to tell you about this, but trilogy follows Yelena, who is taken from the dungeons, offered the job of the commander's food taster, poison taster. Is a fantasy romance that kind of starts off with the young adult. It's more kind of adult fantasy sort of thing. Yeah, we've been talking about it for a while, so I'm not going to go over that again, and yes, I did almost hit myself in the head with that. Next up is a reread that you should probably expect from me at this point, and that is Reckless by Elsie Silver. I'm rereading the series, and this is the next in the series that I have to read. Reckless follows Theo Silva, who is Rhett from the first book. It's his protege, so Theo is a bull rider. He is younger than Rhett, but he is still like an adult, like he's not like a kid, but they refer to him as the kid, and it's really funny. And also the female protagonist, who is Winter Hamilton. I'm calling her Winter Hamilton. She can call herself Winter Valentine all she likes. Her name is Winter Hamilton. And the run-in that they have at the end of the last book is where this book kicks off. That's all I'm going to say about this. This is my favourite book in the series, so I am so looking forward. This is exactly what I need. Like, in a month where I've been feeling like absolute crap, a book like this is exactly what I need. Like, I mean, this is heart-wrenching. Like, this book, like, hurts me in so many ways, but it is, like, exactly what I need because it's my favourite in the series. But Theo Silva, the bar, like, this man sets the bar. I love Theo Silva so much. I just love him so much. Like, honestly, Theo and Bo are my two favourites. Theo, Bo and Kate, well, and I've been talking about it a lot on like TikTok, seeing it a lot on TikTok. It goes like Theo, Bo, Cade, or like Theo, well, pre-Bo's book, it's like Theo, Bo, Cade, Rhett, Jasper. But like after Bo's book, it's like Theo, Cade, Bo, Rhett, Jasper. And if you've not read these books, you have no clue what I'm talking about. But Theo motherfucking Silva. That's all I have to say about this book. But yeah, I will be rereading this, and I am looking forward to this so much. Next up is another reread that you probably would be expecting if you've been watching my channel for a while, but I did actually skip it in May. I'm surprised at myself that I did skip this reread, like one of these books, in May, and that is my next Lindsay Sands reread. This is meant to be Mortal, and this follows Mac and CJ. Mac we have met before. CJ is a totally new character. Mac is one of the Arginus, and he is a hematologist, a scientist, and CJ is also, I think, one of the scientists. No, she is a detective and hijinks, because Lindsay Sands. And yeah, again, this is one of the ones where I've only read it once, and so I'm excited to get to read it again. Next up, I've got two books that are rereads but also not rereads. It will become clear in a second. So I've got Collide, first of all, by Bal Cabra. This is a book I've just picked up, and this has just been picked up more recently by a publisher. It was indie published and it is now being traditionally published. And since this has just been picked up, it has been gone through by an editor, and there's also so it's been changed slightly, and there's now a bonus scene in the back of the paperback as well. So this technically is a reread because I've read the story before, but is not a reread because this is not exactly the story I've read before. So like there are tweaks, differences in the story I'm going to read, and there is a new bonus scene in the back. So there are elements of it that I'm getting to read for the first time. But this is about a college duo of a hockey player and I want to say psychology student, but she's got to do like a project on sports. She's a sports psychology student, a sports person, and he is in trouble. He's the captain of the hockey team, and someone's done something and gotten the team in trouble. He's taken the fall for it, and so he is told he needs to help her with her project. She doesn't want him to help her, and hijinks ensue, and of course they end up together. And I'm really excited because it was good when it was indie published. It wasn't my favourite, but it was good when it was indie published. So with the look over by editors and stuff, I feel like it's only going to be better. And on that note again, we have Unsteady by Peyton and Corinne. It's funny because these two are friends. Like, these two are each other's biggest cheerleaders, which is just the cutest thing ever on Instagram. So Peyton and Corinne and Unsteady, this again has been indie published and gone through a editor. Now it's tried published. It's gone through an editor. It's gone through tweaks, and I don't know if there's bonus content in the back of this one. I've not actually looked. I don't think there is. Do we have any bonus? No, we don't have bonus content in this one. So I did say I was looking forward to rereading this to see what the tweaks were. She's tied up a few loose ends that I wasn't quite happy with at the end. Like, I've directly heard from Peyton herself that she has tied up something that I wasn't happy about because it was unclear. And so I am looking forward to rereading this and getting a chance to get the story as it's all been sorted out, if that makes sense. Anyway, I really enjoyed this. Again, this is a college hockey ice skater romance, and the mental health rep in this book, absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. It's been a longer time since I've read Collide. It's been like a good few months since I've read Collide, so I can't remember quite as much about that, but I do remember the mental health rep in this. And some of the rep in this was some of the best rep I've seen in a while, so I'm looking forward to getting my teeth into this again. Vicky's just gone back to me and confirmed that there are in fact dragons in Can't Spell Treason Without Tea, so it is all a go for my prompt. Okay, so now we're into the books that I'm reading with no obligation for the first time, just for funsies, because they have been books that I've been looking at and going, I want to read you. So these are the ones that are just catching my eye, that I'm like, yes, you, I need to read you. First of all is In Memoriam by Alice Wynne. This I picked up from Waterstones because I think I got it because I needed a book that was like in the buy one get one half price, but I've seen so many reviews that have just been absolutely glowing reviews of this book. This is World War One historical fiction from World War One, World War Two, World War One historical fiction, which is great because I've been binge watching Bridgerton. I've been binge watching Downton. I have also been binge watching Bridgerton, but I've been binge watching Downton, and that covered World War One. So yeah, binge watching Downton and then reading this, kind of, my brain's already in the brain space. So this would be great. This is about two friends who end up going to war, but they come out of school and go straight into war, and turns out they are actually a little bit gay for each other, and by a little bit I mean like a lot. And they kind of have to face this as they're just leaving school and going to war and realise that they may not make it back. And kind of does that whole thing of like, oh crap, we might not make it back. Like, I'm doing a really bad job at describing this, but like, it makes sense in my head. But I'm really excited to read this, so hopefully I also enjoy it. Next up is Girl, Goddess, Queen by B. Fitzgerald. I got this because I had been thinking about it, and obviously, like, look at that. And now B is getting ready to release it's not a sequel, it's not a companion, I don't think it's anything to do with this, but this is a Hades and Persephone retelling, and there is a Cassandra and Helen retelling coming out, and I can't remember what it's called, something about crowns, and it is blue, and it's coming out with edges like this, but it's coming out in hardback, and I'm like, I want to read this and find out if I like it before I go ordering that book, because like, I kind of want the paperback to match, but the sprayed edges match this, but it's the hardback, and I don't know what to do. So if I love this, I might get the hardback, so we just have to see. So I've got time to pre-order it. I just need to read this and find out if I love it, but like, it's so pink, it's so beautiful. I just need to get my finger out and actually read it. You know, this, like I say, Hades and Persephone retelling. It just looks so cool. Next is the last book in a trilogy. Finally, I'm getting round to it. And that is The Mystery at Dunvegan Castle. And this is the last book in the, I don't know what the trilogy is actually called, but it's by T.L. Hitchu. And this is the, I just keep saying last book in this trilogy, but I've read the other two and really enjoyed them. And it's going to be so good to get to wrap up the series. I've been waiting for this book to come out in paperback. I finally got it and I just need to actually get around to picking it up and finishing it. Dunvegan Castle is on Sky, and with the way that T.L. Hitchu's writing has improved between the first and the second books, I'm really excited to see what he makes of Dunvegan Castle and Sky and how Ropa is going to handle this new mystery. And then to finish off this video, I am going to pop up a people pleaser, because I'm going to finally read Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. I've actually been thinking about this book since I finished Scythe. I read Scythe I don't know how many months ago, because it is one of the books that I've been humming and hawing about, and then Vicky was unhauling it and I was like, do you know what, I will try it, I will see what it's like. And I actually did want to, I finished it and I was like, do you know what, I would like to continue with it. And so Vicky's finally gotten round to giving me these ones, because she had the whole series. She just had to read it first to like give me them to read after her. And so it is now time for me to read Thunderhead. I am unsure how I'm going to feel about this. Do you know what's funny? This actually gave me a very similar vibe to Shades of Grey by Jasper Fforde. And that has also just had its sequel released, but that is released in hardback and I've only got the paperback, so I'm going to wait for that to come out in paperback before I get it. It's called Red Side Story, is a sequel to that, and that has been waiting for like years. But yeah, this world gave me the same sort of vibes as the world from Shades of Grey. So if you like this, you might like Shades of Grey by Jasper Fforde, just saying. So yeah, I'm excited to get to this after the reveal that we had at the end of the last one. But also like I'm really intrigued by the Thunderhead, like the idea of the Thunderhead, and hopefully we find out more about the Thunderhead in this. I know I'm the last person on earth to read this series, but do you know what? I enjoyed it. It's outside my comfort zone, but the characters are engrossing enough that it kind of steps a little bit into my comfort zone enough to just sort of grab me and just tweak me out of my comfort zone and into this book. So I'm really excited to read this, and hopefully it will be just as good, if not better, than Scythe. So that is it. That is my TBR for the month of June. I actually have more on my TBR than I expected, but it is a good collection. It is stuff that I'm actually really excited to read. Like, I'm excited, I'm rejuvenated. I am looking forward to reading those books after telling you about them, which is a really good thing because I am feeling so slumpy right now. I just want to curl up in a ball and just like, ugh, right now. And so to look at that pile beside me and be like, yeah, I want to read this, is a massive thing, and I'm very excited. But yeah, it's a very small TBR for me, and it does give me the freedom to pick up things around it. And I'm going to try and not restrict myself to, like, I don't know, I feel like I've been too restrictive with my reading over the past 6 months, or 5 months really, and that has not helped things. So we're just going to relax a bit in June and try and just give myself some grace. Let me know what you're reading, if you're reading by chance any of these, if you've read any of these, what you think of them. I know that a lot of people are going to be excited about me reading Thunderhead because I know there's a lot of Neil Shusterman fans out there. I know that Scythe is a very beloved series. Let me know. Let me know down below, but no spoilers or I will put your comment. Not that anybody has ever done that. Anywho, I'm going to head off. If you want to let me know that you're here but you don't want to sit and type out a comment, leave me, I was going to say leave me a scythe. I don't know if there's a scythe, if there's a scythe emoji, leave me a little scythe emoji. If not, leave like, is there scissors emoji or something? Or if not, either a scythe emoji or a scissors emoji or a green emoji of some kind, because this book is green. You know, let's go with that sort of thing. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!